direct to consumer companies like Swiggy, Myntra, or maybe Paytm to allow their customers to be engaged over the period of time. So idea was, how can I create a platform where if Paytm has to engage their customers, they can integrate my games inside their application such that the user keep on like coming back and playing very hyper casual games. If they win, they earn some coins, and those coins can be utilized into Paytm ecosystem or Swiggy ecosystem or Mindfly ecosystem. That was the initial idea. Developed the first game myself. It was cricket, mini cricket, wherein you get like 6 balls, you hit like maximum number of runs. If you hit like 19 runs more in 6 balls, you earn some reward. If not, you lose some of your points. That was the initial game that I thought of. It was very interesting in my opinion back then. But when I tried to talk to multiple folks in Myntra, Swiggy, probably Paytm as well, yeah, idea was to have like a platform where like, by the way, someone in the chat asked, is it like e-commerce website coins? So just wanted to clarify. Idea was to allow this e-commerce website to integrate with my platform where they can have like a common coin or common currencies, which then can be utilized or used inside e-commerce website, like in-app currencies basically. But it was very rudimentary form when I developed it. But idea was to have like every companies to have their currencies in place so that they can be utilized in the app ecosystem. Flipkart has coins, I think. Idea was something similar for companies like other companies who are not that much into gaming. So how can they use? Then one of the stream was, can we create NFTs and all these things as well? But yeah, it was very rudimentary when we thought of. But yeah, plan was to get to the dark shades like in-app coins. Yeah, so that was it. So when I started talking to companies at D2C companies that I was talking about, Flipkart, not Flipkart, Myntra, Paytm, I talked to CPOs, CMOs of these companies and try to run out this idea and see if this is making sense or not. The feeling that I get is it's like a good to have, but not like a must have. And one of the feeling that I get is really like you have to be like up with the trends, basically. Like whatever is the trend, you have to be ahead of the trend. So for example, and back then ChatGPT was not very popular in my like justification. So just to give you an example, so if today is Diwali, you want to give like Diwali kind of a game. If today IPL season is going on, the cricket game can go on. If there's a FIFA World Cup going on, you have to create like FIFA kind of a game. So it's a kind of like a trending business. You have to be like keep ahead of trending business. That's just one problem. You can still create that. That's not a bigger problem. I think bigger problem was the asset. Every company have their own. Every company have their own brand look and feel. So Swiggy would try to imbibe their own logos everywhere. Maybe different branding lifestyle as well. And similarly, Minecraft would have something else, colors and everything. So you have to keep like very dynamic while creating the game. And then you have to be adaptive as well, such to incorporate each company's unique brand positioning and their branding as well. So, which is also solvable to be very honest. But the problem stem was like, can I create like a multi-million-dollar business out of it? The thing that I hear, or probably I was afraid of, like commit my 3-4 years or maybe more to that particular project was it will be like a decent enough business, but won't be like a $1 million business that I wanted to. Or probably I was afraid. Honestly speaking, I just thought it will take like hard effort for me to actually ship it like and be acquire customers. So that was the thing. But yeah, I develop a lot of things, a lot of code I have written, KYC, a lot of tables. But that effort that I put was definitely helped me build the Infinity platform, which is still being, the code is still being used in Infinity. So yeah, that was like one of the, again, sad, not sad, but it could not take off. Probably I did not put enough time. And that's when I started looking out for like, what else can I build, which also had like the juice for me to continue for like longer period as well. So I kept looking. Fintech is a space I wanted because I have an experience in like as a MBA in finance, and I'm a CFA as well. So I thought like fintech is a space I want to dedicate like just 5 years of my life to it. So I started exploring what can be built. I started looking what is working on in the US market, what is working on Singapore market, and I try to talk to my like fathers and his colleagues as well. Try to understand what is the problem that we can feel is like a really burning problem. So that's where the journey of Infinity started. Just to give you background about my father is essentially a business owner in Calcutta. We have like a export and import business. He exports certain items from China, refurbish them and sell it to US, Europe, Middle East, etc. So it's a like 25, 30 years old, like export and import businessman. I started talking to him, like what are his problems, what can be automated. Uh, Having talking to like a lot of his friends as well who are in similar business, few of the problems starts evolving. Like if I have to name it, problem is like my father used like multiple systems. Multiple systems are like he used banks for, of course, banking needs. Use Excel for his forecasting needs. He has Tally for his accounting needs. Credit card for, of course, expenses. Then uh, uh, there's also a tool for him to actually manage cash, which is fixed deposits. So in a way, any finance domain in a particular SMBs or probably a bigger company, there are like multiple sets of softwares or touch points that any particular company uses. And the plan was, can we create it like a single financial OS for SMBs of the likes of my father? So that's like a few genesis of the idea. Like, how did I started exploring what is the problem that I can solve? So we stack rank all of these problems. Like it's a problem of cash management, it's a problem of uh, managing payments, it's a problem for expense management. So we stack rank it and then try to see like where does I fit into the picture of like solving, like it's the founder market fit or not. Uh, so that's how like I started like looking problem from the point of view if it is solvable or not. Just to give a background about my co-founder, so it started making all sense as well. My co-founder was like head of growth at Paytm Money. He had scaled business for millions of users while at Paytm Money. It's my elder brother as well. So sort of we identified that there's a founder market fit in this particular domain. So initial idea was to solve for one problem, which is cash management. It's called treasury management as well, essentially allowing Indian businesses to receive international payments like allowing Indian business to reserve or park idle cash into money market fund. And my co-founder has experience of building this particular business in Paytm as well. So we thought we can quickly build this business, and then once we have like a one particular which, we'll try to expand it to like larger problem set that I talked about earlier as well. So that's how the problem started making sense, and we thought we can solve it, and that's when we started investing our time to it as well. So that's the genesis of the idea. Any question whatsoever, I'll take some pause here. Feel free to ask me. Then I'll talk about how we apply to Y Combinator and how do we get in as well. All right. So yeah, so that's how it was. Uh, that's a good question. I am very lucky in this regard, actually. Meenakshi is asking basically, how would you find a trustable co-founder when you are still in college? Uh, in my experience, my co-founder was my brother, so I found him in my house itself. He's my own brother, so that's I'm being lucky here in this regard. But yeah, generally speaking, looking at my friends and my experiences at college, I think college is also a very like good ground for you to find like trustworthy person as well. I think you can't quantify like a person is trustworthy or not, but generally speaking, you get a vibe if you can trust this person or not. If I have to approximate it, chances are the person who you find like share like most of your time with in college, it's a good candidate for you to be like your co-founder. And then you have to also see like how the skills are aligning, how our visions are aligning. If both of you are on like same path, same vision as well, I think that's one of the best place to find co-founder as well. And honestly speaking, few of my best friends who are in touch with myself are from my college days. So that is for sure like the friendship that you create in like college stays like a longer. And many of my like friends who are in this startup who have founded their own company, most of them are their batchmate or probably a roommate as well in the college. So I think that is the best way for you to find your co-founder. But then need not be the like 100% of the cases as well. You can find co-founder in your workplace as well. You can find co-founder in your like locality as well, whatever works. There's no hard or like right or wrong answer. It's just like how can you trust people, and that's something comes from like intuition or maybe from vibe, whatever you call it. So yeah. So yeah, that's how it was. Coming to like Y Combinator, uh, we applied with the vision of like creating like uh, financial OS for Indian SMEs, like business banking platform for cross-border SMEs, starting with India as a market, starting with treasury management as a market product. Idea was to like allow them to have one problem, solve it effectively, and then solve another problem, another problem, another problem. So creating a financial OS for SMBs in India. That's how we went to apply to the Y Combinator as well. And fortunately, we received like a interview call on the first day itself, first time itself. But yeah, could not uh, convert it largely because back then we did not have the like regulatory approval to be in this business, and vice versa of the view like if you are not regulatory allowed at this point of time, chances are post patch you will not have like regulatory approval as well. So it would be like a bad experience from the point of view of demo day as well. We applied second time, same idea, but progress was we had the regulatory approval to be in this space as well. So yeah, second time we got lucky and we were accepted into Y Combinator as well. Yeah, from the point of view of our preparation for YC for the folks, uh, I think Meher also asked one more question. I probably missed it. How did you manage your startups and academics during your college time? Uh, I think uh, the second one, like the gaming one, I started working on it post I like placed in one of the company. So I did not have to worry about grades or anything because anyways, it's like I am not going to study after this. It's my master's and probably it's like last time I'll sit for an exam as well. And I had like job in hand as well. So last 4 5 months I was practically very free. I was not interested in academics. A lot of time this safety net as well. So I started exploring. So yeah, for me it's like pretty much it's fine. Like I had like time and courage to apply and manage it. And I think also it's also about you like what do you want to do in life. I think when I was in college, idea was to like imbibe into my like business skills. But then once I get in, I realized like I would be very happy if I take on like good challenges. That's how it is. I try to prioritize on like living like what the life I want to live, which is like into entrepreneurship essentially. So if you are leaning towards something, you try to put some extra effort on that part as well. Yeah, I think Kavya is, I hope that answers your question. Kavya asked like, she's also a college student, second year. Major is physics, I'm assuming. Uh, how will this bootcamp will help me learn skills out of my comfort zone? By the way, you guys can simply turn on the camera and ask this question as well. That would be like really like great as well. I would be happy to see each one of you like who is asking this question as well. So that's how it is. Yeah, I think uh, if I have to be very honest, uh, boot camps and all is just for you to like listen and take advice. And what is the point of like taking advice if you don't apply it? So largely bootcamp and all don't help. That is like brutally honest answer. But at least it's sort of like allow you to push and pursue what you want to do. So it's create like one time uh, inspiration, or probably know folks who have been through this. It's kind of one time push you get, but if you don't do anything after bootcamp, honestly, it will not help for sure. Just for you to understand how people have gone through that, and if you are really leaning towards something that you want to do, it should be one time like a like force for you to, hey, we can also do it like that. But quantifiably, it does not help. You can call it you learn something, but honestly, if you don't work, or I think like if you don't put in like time for your idea, uh, it will be nullified. So going into the boardroom, building something people want, selling something is what define whether you are doing right or not. Rest everything else is just noise. So that's like a honest answer. So yeah, regarding YC, I'll try to break this conversation regarding YC only. Uh, what is YC? Of course, I'll talk about that as well. The application process and things, particular applicant or like people actually seeing Y Combinator application. I'll talk about that as well. And of course, we'll talk about my experience at Y Combinator as well. Feel free to ask any question. I'll be happy to answer those as well. Yeah. Largely, Y Combinator is basically one of the leading accelerator from the US, Silicon Valley. They have backed companies like uh, Razorpay in India, Meesho, Zepto, Grow in India. Uh, in the US, they have backed company like Airbnb, Reddit, Dropbox, Coinbase, etc. Sam Altman, the OpenAI founder, was one of the alum of YC, one of the partner at YC as well. In a way, a lot of good companies have been coming out of Y Combinator. The idea of Y Combinator actually came from like Paul Graham, like back in 2007 or 8, wherein they fund like hackers essentially, or coders to build something that they want to pursue, and they fund like small amount of money for some equity stakes in your company. So that was the original idea, and it have grown over the years like massively. So yeah, that is how YC is, and the way the process for you to get into YC is pretty straightforward. You can find it over the internet as well. I found it like that. But how is it? Is there's an application form? There are few set of questions that they ask, and you answer that. You record 1 minute video with your co-founder as well regarding what you are building, and if they like you, they invite you for an online interview. These days it's online. Previously, I think it used to be offline. They allow you for 10 minutes interview, and post that interview is cleared, you are either accepted or rejected. If you are accepted, you go into Silicon Valley for a couple of months, and then uh, yeah, then basically build the business what you want to build essentially. So that's how it was for me as well. Uh, Regarding like application, it was very standard application. You can read about it online as well. You can simply apply. It helps you like congest or all your thought in like one place as well. So it's very basic. Like, what is your idea? What is the market? What is uh, who are the team who is building it? How do you come up with this particular idea? Where are you in the current process? It's like a 10, 15, 20 minutes or maybe an hour long application. You fill it, you submit it. Probably a month or later, you get invited for an interview. And probably in a couple of days, you either accepted or you are rejected. So that's how it is, standard process. Any question on the application part? How do you prepare? Anything you want to ask, I'll be happy to answer. If not, I'll just move forward. I think Meher is asking, uh, currently a first year student for an engineer. I wanted a session. Would you suggest me joining tech clubs or just working with startup idea? Uh, I would say you could do both. I mean, tech club honestly won't help you as much as like getting like money in your hand. Like if you have like working on an idea and if you sell it, that's like a good signal. Like if it is working or if it is not working. Uh, Tech club doesn't really matter. If you're interested, you can still join. Working on a startup idea, thinking you're working but actually not moving is also not right. So whatever is like a signal, like you're selling it, you get like a feeling that your product is being sold. That's something else. And once you start doing that, you try to optimize like how do I do it better? How do I scale it? So all this thing. So I think anything can work. If you're really into like wanted to start a company, nothing more than building something which people loves. I think clubs and all are good for your skills, of course. In my case, I had not joined any club. I thought it's a waste of time. But yeah, if you think you are learning something, you can definitely join club as well. Yeah. I mean, actually, it's asking this way to find co-founder in YC. Is it a good move? I have personally not applied for it, but I think I've heard people finding good co-founder in YC as well. So yeah, probably it's a good place for you to consider as well to find a co-founder. Personally, I've not known anyone who have first like in a greater depth, like personal level, but I've seen people posting somewhere that they have found co-founder on YC network itself. So I'm assuming it's good, but I don't have like a good enough data to back it up. Like the person who I actually know and tell and share experience regarding how have been their experience. So yeah, that's pretty much it. My application is pretty straightforward. You can apply it. Once you are have applied for an application, you generally are invited for an interview or you are not invited for an interview. The reason for like, in my opinion, for getting a call for interview is basically a few things. I think a few important parameters, in my opinion, YC looks for. One is founders, how technically savvy the founders are. That's really, really important. Second is market, how big is the market? And third and fourth is product and your current traction. So product does not really matter because many a times company pivot mid YC batch itself. So it's not like a very big uh, uh, threshold that very big weight that this particular point captures. Second is um, revenue also does not really matter. It's good if you have, but it's not like a negative for you if you don't have a revenue because many a time company just pivot mid batch itself. What's the most important thing is which YC looks for is the founder. How good are the founders? What have been their capabilities? Like which of the companies that they work in the past? what are their colleges. So all these things they look for, and are they really techie in their own right? So that's something YC actually respects very much. Founder is like really important parameter that they look for. And the reason being is like company pivots, but if founder is good, chances are he'll make something out of this particular money that they give you as well. So that's what they index on basically. Market is also important factor, but again, I won't say it's like a very big factor. But it's good if you have like a good addressable market that you're going after. Chances are, if you are not succeeding in this particular idea, you have like one of the problem or adjacent problem that you can try. It should be generally very big, high, like $1 million, like multi-million dollars market. It should be like that. Yeah, Samson, he asked one question like what YC prefers most between SF-based and India-based startups. I think honestly, it will be like SF-based from the point of view of data. Largely, last couple of batches, it's mostly US-based companies is what have been accepted into Y Combinator. There are a lot less Indian companies, but it's not because because of location maybe. Probably it's because of many a times not many AI things is happening in India. Many AI companies are starting in SF, so they have like recency bias or maybe bias toward SF-based companies. And many a times company actually incorporates in the US. Indian companies also incorporate in the US. They mention themselves as an SF-based company itself. So largely the trend has been like a lot of companies are coming from San Francisco or probably US, not exactly San Francisco. And like very less number of companies actually coming out of the India. But yeah, profile is good. Idea is also like good. You can get in. It's not like a predetermined bias that these guys have basically. Yeah. So like I mentioned, like 4 things: founder, product, market, and revenue. Founder and market are the biggest one. I think 60% or 20%, 60% being founder, 20% being market. Rest are 10 and 10% product and uh, revenue. It doesn't really matter. Probably 50, 30, 10, 10, something like that. You can skip weighted into. So once they overall like the profile of the company or the founder itself, how do you get to know about themselves? They ask you for interview. In interview, it's basically a rapid fire 10-minute question and answer, like 4 or 5 partners, 3 or 4 partners. They come into call at once. They ask you one question after another in a rapid fire way, and you just have to answer it like honestly with energy, etc. So it's like a 10-minute intense question answers. You can find like kind of question to expect anywhere on the online space as well, Reddit also. So that's how you get to know about like questions as well. Very intense, 10 minutes. So if you go past like an application stage, it's a very high chance you can clear interview as well. But yeah, it's like 1:1 ratio. You can either get in, you can get out. Like a 50% chance you can go past interview, 50% chance that you'll like not go past interview as well. It's very high chance you can clear it. But yeah, if you like fuck up like big time, you probably won't pass through it. Right? So yeah, Sasank asked me, what about Singapore? Yes, YC has a mandate to register your company either in US, Singapore, or Cayman Island, any of 3 jurisdictions. So it can be either Delaware or US in Delaware, basically, or it could be Singapore or Cayman Island. We choose it to be incorporated in the US, and many companies are choosing to be in the US itself uh, because of obvious reasons. Like I think US market is like big enough, so investors are also pretty much near to that as well. So yeah. Yeah, Meenakshi Saskia, is it only application based? What about hardware? Application forms remain online, even if you're a hardware company, hard tech company, robotics company, satellite based company, any kind of a company, electric vehicle, any company in this universe, or probably uh, you could be into battery space as well, anything in whatever you come to your mind, you can apply to IC. It is only application based, means there's an online application, online form to be filled. That's all. You can talk about whatever company you're building. You just have to know about it, like what you're building. Uh, Samsung asked, like, this is focused on AI based companies, or how is it? Yeah, I think lastly, I would say it's AI focused right now, probably because of the hype cycle, but need not be just AI. Like 80% is on AI because there's a hype cycle basically. But it's not like you have to be in AI space. That's not true. If you are into, if you know a problem like really, really well, you can just simply apply. But yeah, if you're in AI space, I feel chances of you getting in is like a lot higher compared to non-AI space. So yeah, so typically post your interview, we got an invite for in-person uh, batch basically. And the next day it's like today's my interview and next morning I got a call that we are accepted. So generally there's a 3 month intense uh, on batch Silicon Valley experience where you have to build your company with the folks around you in the batch. You will be assigned a group partner who will be your mentor for this couple of months and probably after YC as well. And then you try to build company over this 3 minutes and try to raise capital. The quantifiable things which YC helps with is of course the capital. They gave you $500 million capital for like 7% plus 3%, basically 10-12% of the company. It's a standard deal that you can read on their website as well. And after 3 months, there's a demo day basically where you show what you have built, what you have shown, or what you're building to the investor base, and expect to close like a seed round by end of this demo day as well. So that's how it is. The Y Combinator. It's intense 3 months experience with fellow company mates, fellow founders, and you build it. Generally, it's sort of like a peer pressure. Everyone else is building, so you also try to accelerate what you're doing as well. And then by the end of 3 months, you try to raise capital and back to business, back to building what you have been initially thought of doing in the first place. So yeah, that's the complete YC. I'll talk about my experience. So I started off with treasury management, like I mentioned, but then when we decided to, we were into export and import segment when we started out. Then we started exploring the way for payment, solving like payments problem for exporters and importers, essentially allowing them to receive international money. We wanted to build that solution, and now we are completely focused on allowing exporters to receive international payment like quicker, faster, and like a cheaper way as well. So I think Somajit, who is from like Hex-Star, who's the founder of the company, he's one of our early customer as well, and he have been using us for like a couple of months now. So yeah, that's how we are into. During demo day, we were able to close like a capital round as well. We raised like a couple of $1 million post YC, and we have been building it since then, like cross-border payment space for like a year and a half now. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I know I rushed to the later half of my conversation, but I just wanted to like answer questions. I think that will help allow folks to know what exactly was going through. So any question, I'll be happy to take that. I've been speaking for a long time now. Would allow you guys to ask question if you have as well. No, Peter is asking, can you use Infinity from outside India? I mean, Infinity is made for Indian freelancer, Indian companies, Indian proprietorship, or Indian partnership firms. So the entity has to be an Indian entity, but it doesn't really matter where you access our platform from. Whatever customers at this point of time are completely Indian. So it's made for Indian SMBs, Indian freelancer, Indian consultants, etc. So you could be a consultant working for a US firm but staying in India, but you have all the documents from your Indian point of view, so you can use us. But if you are a US person having like a US citizenship or something like that, and you thought of using Infinity, so right now we are not onboarding non-Indian folks at this point of time. It's standard accountability. This is a legal due diligence that happens. Basically, uh, it's not after you receive the fund, but rather uh, like legally, are you okay to work in this space like that? And from the point of view of accountability, as in like you mean, can you explain this question a bit more? Like when you say accountability, like are you accountable for something you do or anything like that? Is that what you mean? Yeah, I mean, actually, I'll take it like that. That any accountability from the point of how you use the. No, you are not expected to reach certain target. You are a founder. This fund is for you to use funding to go to your path of building the business. So they don't tell you to do certain thing. They don't tell you to be like uh, do what we say. It's not like that. Everyone expect you to work on your problem the way you want to do. It's not like they are like these guys are your boss. You are your own boss. You just use this fund to get to that point where you can scale it like that. They have a skin in the game in the sense that they get like 10% of the company. So they'll make sure that if you grow, your company is growing, their money will also grow. That is their main agenda. But they don't boss you around that, hey, why you do this, why you're doing that. It's like it doesn't work like that. They basically help you with uh, like whatever way they can, and then just make sure that you are the sole uh, person who'll be driving your company and not the other way around. Right. Yeah, solo founders can actually apply, but it's very hard to get in. It's not like you cannot go get in, but it's much, much, much easier for you to find a co-founder and apply with them. Because as a co-founder, it's a lot of work that is being done. You have to do fundraise, you have to write code, you have to uh, sell to your customer as well. A lot of things has to be done as a founder and during the early stage because you don't have a team basically. It's like a two or three folks or four folks working on a particular experiment. It's like that. So it's very rare that you can get in. But if you're a very solid founder, that you know coding, you have built business in the past, then you can get in as a solo founder as well. But it's generally like difficult to get in with just a solo co-founder. So yeah, your chances increases if you have like a two or three founders. Three being good, two is good, four is also on the negative side because like too many folks. Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, hi Siddharth.
Hey Ajit.
So, like, just to follow up, like, sorry for the camera, like, it's raining over here, so weather is very poor.
Okay.
Okay, so just to follow up on the questions which people have asked, like Meenakshi, okay, like on the financial accountability. So there is like we have to give an exit to the investors as well. Okay, So at that time of point, we have given some milestone that or a timeline of the technological development that we will have certain technical development or a customer acquisition will be done. So how we balance that particular equation, that if we are allotted somewhere around $1 million for 5 years and we have to give an exit to the investors as per the term sheet clause, standard clauses. So how?
There's no clause,
Mhm.
by the way. You don't have to give exit.
Mhm.
You, as a founder, your sole job is to scale the company.
Okay.
And YC understand the fact that it's an experiment. It's like a gamble. You can either get to $1 million, like $1 million company pace as well, or chances your company can be wrapped up in 3 4 years as well. They understand that. Okay. So the expectation from you is like do everything honestly, send out a report, monthly update that we have tried this working, this not working, whatever.
Mhm.
But don't expect anything that, hey, you have committed that you'll achieve like 1 million revenue by end of this quarter.
Mhm.
It's fine have not, if you have not like passed that, but you can give like that is the reason we tried this, it did not scale up, and that is the reason it failed up basically. It's not like they'll come after you that hey, I want an exit. You said that you'll cross 1 million and you have not. They understand it's an experiment. It can go south as well, it can go north as well. So it's like that. It's never like hey, I'll have to give exit. No, it's like a they have put a gamble on like maybe 100 200 companies. Few will fly, few will fail, but the fly will one who will actually return back their money. It's like a game of risk. So nothing, anything like anything else.
Got it. Got
I think Sam have asked one question. How does YC evaluate deep tech or space tech startup differently, if at all? I don't think it's any differently for that matter. Largely, framework remains like uh, founders, market, product, and of course revenue. For like deep tech or space tech startups, generally there's a good time for have like a first version ready, like probably 2 years or maybe 2.5 years or less than that as well. So they expect you to not have any revenue for at least 2 years. They don't expect you to have like a product ready at the time of application itself. So what's important is like a founder and market fit. If founder is really, really, really good, chances are you will be expect or like accepted as well. I remember this one company, I think in my batch or the next, uh, he wanted to like set up like cloud storage facility in space, and he's doing really good. So it's a clear space tech company who have been accepted. There are a lot of other companies as well. There are a lot of companies who are building engines for jet, who are building engines for submarines. So a lot of hard tech, deep tech companies that they applied for the YC and get in as well. So the framework remains the same. Uh, does founder know this shit or not? If it does, he does. Then he can get in as well. So that's not a problem. Founder should be like capable. That's like a bottom line. Meenakshi have asked one question. What if needed funding to develop the MVP itself? Just an idea, can it click or it must be? No, I don't think you need a working prototype or anything like that. I keep on reiterating it's founder, market, product, and revenue. You can apply pre-product as well. Founder is like one of the important criteria for it to get in. Founders should know their shit, whatever shit that you're planning to build. If you like explain it like correctly and you understand the problem like very like conveniently, you can get in. It's just that you have to know the problem. You have to know the shit. Need not be like MVP or revenue not required. It's good if you have it, but it doesn't really matter. Like we applied with just an idea, barely working product, but we had like few of the users who were not using our product directly, but offline we had run some experiments, so we can show them user. I think Jonathan asked one question. Are there YC alumni in the Bay Area open to early mentorship mock interviews? I think I won't be sure about mentorship, uh, but interviews, not exactly interviews as well. There are a lot of founders who actually like review application, give feedback on the application itself. So you can simply reach out to them on LinkedIn if they have some time, if they're okay to give application review, they'll be happy to review as well. Mentorship and mock interview, I don't think so. People does, but you can just check that as well. Just try to reach out folks in your network, LinkedIn, anything like that. They'll be happy to answer that. Jonathan has asked, is attending YC still valuable for SF-based founder already plugged into the ecosystem? Uh, Honestly, Jonathan, I won't be the right person to answer this because I'm an Indian founder and have gone to the YC in SF. But uh, what I've seen is like there are a lot of founders who were in the SF and they have applied to the YC, have got into YC as well. I've seen a lot of like value-based founders. But I don't have an answer if it is valuable compared to like other means or not. But yeah, a lot of founders are from Valley who are into Y Combinator during my batch and batch after my batch as well. So they they have received acceptance from them. So yeah, they have choose that part. The is it like delta wise positive or negative? I don't think I'm not the right person to answer that. Yeah, I think Jonathan, you can get or you can simply search me on LinkedIn. You can just send me a request. I'll be happy to accept you as well. Oh yeah. Any more question, guys?
Okay, then I think there is no question. You already answered a lot of. So thank you for your time, Siddharth. It was a really insightful session. You have given all the pointers straight away. Like last question from my side. Okay, like maybe these people have not asked. In the era of Chat GPT, maybe people will be using Chat GPT or any AI tool for writing up their applications. So will it affect their application, or they should write it their application in their own words? Any comments?
I would say uh, just try and execute it. Uh, Chances are people know if it is AI generated or not. Uh, so, I mean, the reviewer might know if it is AI generated or not. But if I were you, I would say uh, try to read the question first. Try to come up with the answers for these questions as well. You will understand a lot about your business reading those questions itself. It will help your business in some way. So it's basically makes your like like thinking or uh, writing answers or thinking problem from a different lens. So essentially, it will help you like be more solid with the idea of what you're doing. With ChatGPT, it's like you write it, you get some answer, you forget it. But when you put mind into something, you generally remembers that and you try to apply it. So I would still recommend like try to read question yourself, try to answer it yourself. Then by framing, you can still use ChatGPT and all. But yeah, try to come up with answer yourself as well and see how you can go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, thank you for your time. Okay, I will be sharing your LinkedIn ID to the in the WhatsApp group. These guys are connected. Okay, so that they can ask you any question in future also if they want. Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you,
Sounds
Siddharth,
good.
for your
Yeah.
time.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Bye bye.